Hi guys, it's Red and welcome to my channel, welcome back. Today we are going to be taking a look at why you shouldn't be parents if you can't be parents. Yeah.
When officers with the Oklahoma City Police Department show up at this door on September 12, 2024, they have no idea what horrors they will encounter inside. The man they're talking to is 24-year-old Dakota Dodd, and he's now learning that the cops are here to check on his stepchildren. His first move is to grab some shorts and call his wife, who is none too happy about the news.
Apparently, we have a wellness check. What?
Okay,
Yeah.
so your kids are upstairs, you said?
Kids are upstairs. We've been trying to paint the rooms because they keep smearing crap on the walls.
Door. We need to go. There's a what? Cops at the door. Apparently, kids are upstairs.
Okay, so we're just here to make sure the kids are okay.
Yeah, they're perfectly okay. I can go get them down.
Can I come with you?
Yeah.
What's kid?
Let's go on the we were hurt. But we've been trying to keep the room safe. Hey boys, come on.
First of all, I feel like we can all see upon entering the house the state of the house. And in fact, judging by the state of the house alone, you need a wellness check. You do. You need some cops going over there to check, what's what.
Hey boys, come on.
Hi, guys. What are you doing? Come downstairs for me, okay?
Yeah, we're gonna give them a shower. They keep smearing on the walls.
We were gonna give them a shower.
Two boys, 3 and 4 respectively, emerged from this foreboding room without a stitch of clothing. The officer notes in her report that both kids are extremely dirty and covered in feces.
Everything he's saying so far is not making sense. The kids are smearing their own crap on the walls, but they're perfectly fine. We've got a camera in there. We're always checking up on them, but yet the officer reported that they came out covered in their own feces. The fact that they're smearing crap on the walls, but yet you're checking in on them through the camera and things like that, it's not making sense. No, darling, it's not making sense. None of it's making sense. This is the worst possible living state that you could put your kids in. And although this is his stepchildren, he's a big 24 years old to understand that this isn't right.
We have a camera right there.
Uh-huh.
We're always checking up on them.
Okay.
We'll make sure they eat 3-story meals a day.
Yeah.
As Dakota's wife, Aubriana, panics on the phone downstairs, the officer delivers the understatement of the morning.
You guys, kind of in over your head, maybe?
Look at the floor. Look at the
I work at
floor.
nights.
Okay.
Oh my god.
The wife is taking care of the boys. Making sure.
Where's she at?
She's currently getting her glasses.
Okay. Well, come on back downstairs for me.
Yeah, it's poop. We've been trying to get painted.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my
We've been trying to
god.
use a rug doctor because they keep trying to get them potty trained.
Mm-hmm.
Just speaking about them like they're, puppies or something, dogs or something, cats or something, animals, the only beast in this house is their mother, surely, because how would to get them potty trained, it's a mother's job, right? That's you guys' job to try and figure that out, because there's no way they just picked up this hobby, sort of as a pastime, There's a reason. Looking in that room, there's a reason, yeah? Walking through the house, there's a reason. There's a reason why they're doing this and why they don't care that feces is maybe they do care to some degree, but they're covered in their own poop, so they're smearing it on themselves and all sorts. Why? Because who cares? Because the house is a mess, and they probably just live like that, so they don't know any better. There's so many excuses
How long have they been in that room?
from him,
Taking a nap.
so far.
Where are they supposed to be napping at? There's not a bed in here.
They reported hard yesterday.
We're trying to do this. We're getting this. This happens.
The autistic one likes to tear apart their beds. And so we had to throw them both out. My brother just sent me money. I'm actually going to be, once my wife gets home, buy some medicine.
In her report, the officer notes that the door frame to the room is torn up from the inside, suggesting that the boys had possibly attempted to claw their way out. That detail, combined with a smell that police describe as overwhelming, may explain the look on her face when she returns downstairs.
Yeah, this one they keep tearing up the mattresses.
Can we Lieutenant start this way, please?
Do we have some pants or something we can put on them?
Yeah, I got it.
You have a...
Let me go get my glasses. I can't really see.
As the officers try to come to terms with what they're seeing, Dakota struggles to find the children's clothing before finally asking his wife for help.
Hey, baby, where's the kids' clothes?
Be home in a few.
That's not the answer I need.
It takes Dakota 4 solid minutes to find clothing that the police would later describe as very large for the children.
Of course, like, the one person that should at least, like, know, like, where the kids' clothes are doesn't. Not one person on the planet knew at this point where the kids' clothes were. I think that's evident judging by the fact that the kids were wearing no clothes. And they were covered in their own feces and had not been showered and put into clothes. Her responding to his question, asking about the clothes, be home in a few, just said that.
But as he dresses the kids, his wife doesn't seem to approve.
What's going on?
I'm dressed.
Why?
I just told you why.
Because they're butt naked and they need some clothes on.
Okay.
In her report, one of the officers notes that when she opened a downstairs closet, she was immediately covered in cockroaches.
Oh.
Another officer observes the large amount of flies in the home. It's clear at this point that the officers have seen enough.
That's
All right.
fine.
How about you? Outside with my partner, okay?
Do you have any weapons or anything on you?
No, just my phone.
Just turn around. Put your hands behind your back.
What's going on?
I'm placing you under arrest for
What's
child endangerment
going
and neglect,
on?
sir.
What?
Yeah. You're their father, right?
He shocks for some reason.
You're their stepdad. Well, you're the one that's responsible right now for their welfare and everything, right?
Yes, they were supposed to be taking a nap.
Huh?
They were supposed to be taking a nap.
They were supposed to be taking a nap?
Yes.
In a room that's covered in feces with no furniture?
But I already
Okay, well, I'm not questioning you or anything like that right now.
told you the other time.
You have the right to remain silent. We'll read you your rights.
Dakota has one remaining question, but the officer has more immediate concerns.
You called on us.
Huh?
You called on me.
I'm sorry, I'm still trying to hold back the vomit in the back of my throat.
Wow.
In the meantime, Dakota's wife Aubriana arrives at the house with their 11-month-old daughter and her mother in tow. And if she was anxious over the phone,
I'm sorry. I don't care, but her face is already annoying me. The way she just came in with a whole other baby, like she doesn't have enough to worry about, is annoying. The fact that she's not immediately putting down her baby, and reaching out her arms ready for the handcuffs to be placed, is annoying me.
the police quickly let her know she was right to be worried.
Hello?
Hi, Mom.
This your youngest baby?
Yes.
Okay, so here's where we're at. The fact that kids live in this kind of situation is absolutely
Step right outside.
astronomically unacceptable. So, outside.
I close the door so the cat doesn't get out.
I don't care about the cat.
Okay.
Who cares about the
That's right
cat?
outside.
She cares about the cat.
You now told her she was to clean.
Come here. Those are your babies.
I don't.
Those are your babies.
What's gonna happen now?
Right now, DHS is on the way. Come on. Do not cry to me.
I'm not crying. I'm crying for my damn children.
I literally couldn't even stand in that room.
I've been telling him to clean it. I've tried. Mommy!
Screaming for her ain't gonna do you no good right now.
As the police gather her children outside the home to examine and talk to them, Aubriana proceeds to ignore this advice.
Can you at least tell me what's gonna happen? Or what? Who called it in? Something, please.
Don't touch his stuff. Don't you dare touch my son's stuff.
No! 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 My babies! No! No!
Your phone has been updated.
Can I at least give him one last hug before I leave? Don't even talk to me right now.
Yeah.
The officer's apparent
Well
disgust
said.
is reflected in her report, where she describes the way the carpet in the boys' room crunched as she walked, and was completely hard with dried feces and other unknown filth.
Oh.
It's only one of many shocking details that will emerge about this home, details that the officers share with those closest to the couple.
Can I ask you a question? You're her mom? You're her mom? Have you ever, like, how often do you go inside their apartment?
Usually about once a week or so. I don't visit very often. I work 2 jobs, so.
Do you see that window right there? You see how it's kind of like hard to see through?
Okay.
It's kind of like got stuff smeared on it. Do you know that that's human? That room is completely caked in it. Not to mention the entire house is absolutely filthy and disgusting. Just horrendous. But those kids were up in that room, locked in that room, taking a nap. No furniture.
The fact that she was silent right there is a little suspect to me, I'm not gonna lie. If you're going in there once a week, darling, you're smelling something. You're seeing the state of the house. You know something is up. The kids are probably away, locked in their room most of the time. You know something's up. Don't do that.
They're in the middle of potty training.
Look, there is no excuse. There's no excuse for this. This is a felony crime what's occurring right now.
She knew?
Well, he wasn't.
In
She
their
knew?
respective police cars, Dakota and Aubriana express indignation and defiance.
You can't take my wife. You can't.
They can, and they
Potty training. It's
definitely are.
They're fed. They're taken care of. I promise. Kill him. I told him to clean.
One officer writes that the couple's 11-month-old daughter had what appeared to be cockroach droppings in the creases of her hips and a diaper in dire need of changing. The police eventually removed the young parents from handcuffs
God.
and obtained permission to search, but Dakota's cooperation soon hits a snag.
Would you also be willing to sign a electronic search waiver for any electronics we discover along the process, cell phones, computers, things like that, tablets?
I mean, my...
Huh?
As in for what?
As in like cell phones, computers, security devices.
I suppose, but there's not really gonna be anything on them.
So, you do have a right to refuse. Here, I'll give you a minute to think about it while she signs.
I thank you.
When she hears about her husband's reluctance, Aubriana has some choice words.
Okay. Dakota doesn't seem like he wants to sign the electronic search waiver.
That's because he knows he got to hide on there.
What does he got to hide?
Lying, cheating bastard. He's just a lying, cheating bastard.
Well, why are you with him?
Because I haven't had the money yet to move out.
You can always, it's free to move out.
Once again left on their own, Dakota and Aubriana criticize the way the police are treating the children while insisting on their own innocence.
No. Why are you leaving my kid on the road? Why are you asking questions? Why the are you trying to train? What are you doing?
I've never been abused. Ever.
According to the police report, the two boys appeared to be in shock as they looked around outside, touching the grass and trees as if they didn't know what they were. The report goes on to state that both boys seemed developmentally delayed and were unable to tell the officers their names or ages. In their separate police cars, Dakota and Aubriana do not seem ready to accept responsibility.
Just stop being so nosy.
I know who the it was. I know who the it was. Stupid Mexican lady.
All Aubrey asked to see her brother, and you wouldn't even do that.
Oh, shut up.
This got a new message. No one gives.
When the two are questioned separately, they give conflicting stories. While Aubriana says that the two boys would spend a maximum of 2 hours a day in the upstairs room, Dakota tells investigators that they're locked in the room for at least 12 hours a day and overnight to, quote, keep the kids safe due to the neighborhood. Hours later, the couple is reunited at the jail for processing, where they will be booked on 3 charges each of felony child neglect. Both 22-year-old Aubriana Freeman and 24-year-old Dakota Dodd.
She is 22 years old with 3 kids and now a felony. I did assume that she did look quite clean and things like that, and I was kind of annoyed the fact that she looked more cleaner than her own kids, but she is wearing some greasy, you know, very thin flip-flops that I feel like, you know, she ain't doing her too well herself. Like, she's not out here, you know, pristine and crisp and fresh. You know, so I don't think that. I feel like they're all quite suffering in that house. If you sat down for a good 5 minutes, I mean, you are going to leave with some form of dirt, you know. It was said that when, I think it was the lady police officer had opened a closet in the house, she was instantaneously covered in cockroaches, which, you know, says a lot, again, about the state of the house.
22-year-old Aubriana Freeman and 24-year-old Dakota Dodd pled not guilty to the charges and are currently out on bond as their case proceeds. According to the police report, the children were checked out at a local hospital and at least temporarily taken into DHS custody. In his interview with investigators, Dakota acknowledged that the kids would possibly be better off there.
You guys, I do have a feeling they're probably gonna be found guilty. I like to think that some justice will be served for this, because there's no way they are gonna get away scot-free. None whatsoever. Realistically, they need to be behind some kind of bars to, you know, to really kind of maybe get a feel for how, you know, they treated their own kids, sort of thing. In my humble opinion. However, I would love to know your thoughts down below. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I will see you in my next video.